for the very kind introduction. If I could have my dad stand up real quick, just so you have a picture of him in your mind. My preparation for this speech basically included me writing down whenever my dad did something really weird or kind of funny. So prepare to hear some embarrassing stories about my father throughout this speech.
That's not cool.
However, I also knew that I had to write something that was a little bit more sentimental than just a Comedy Central roast of Jeff Wrench. So I'll be trying to both melt all of your hearts and sufficiently embarrass my father.
Great.
For warning, I love my dad very much, so if any of these jokes sounded all mean, know that. The stereotypical dad is kind of this like head of the household and like the man who like produces for his family. In my family, I think my dad would agree that my mom has all the control. You could even ask him, I think. My dad, however, has produced for my family. When my second sister was born, he quit his job as a mortgage loan officer and went into real estate so that he could provide for my family. You know, you hear all these like heroic stories about my dad going out and selling houses so that we could pay bills coming in the next day. And trust me, he's not Superman, but he's a good guy. So, and I'm sure many of you have stories about your own fathers in a similar light. Currently, I see my dad work hard every single day of my life, so that me and my siblings can pursue what we want in this life. And I think that's the best gift I've ever been given. So thank you, Dad. And I think that's part of what it means to be a father, is kind of stepping up for your family when they need you. Now is the time when I kind of make fun of my father, so get ready. Before my dad was a loan officer, he owned a company called Mr. Video. For this company, he would kind of go around and videotape your Christmases, your weddings, your birthday parties. And from these 2 years of experience, my dad come to think of himself as some type of like videotaping expert. Like the guy literally videotapes every event. He's actually videotaping right now. So an example of this was last Christmas, or a couple Christmases ago. I think we were playing some game, and something really funny happened. Everyone's just crying, laughing around in a circle. And all of a sudden, I see my dad pop out his video camera and just start videotaping everyone laughing for no apparent reason other than to watch it later. Another example of this was after a football game. I was going through the high five line. And you know, the high five line, you're going through and you're saying hi to all your friends. And all of a sudden, in between each one of my friends is this video camera right in my face. It is a foot away from my face. I'm trying to ignore it. I'm walking by, I'm saying hi to all my friends. And he's continually just right at me. So after the game, I get home like, Dad, why were you videotaping me? Like, you kind of ruined the mood a little bit. Like, I have this video camera on my face. And all he says is, oh, you're not going to believe this video guy. You're going to have this for years. You're going to love this video. And, of course, well, here, I'll get back to that later. A third example of this was, I remember last homecoming, me and my date were standing there, and my dad loves to play this trick where he switches from the picture-taking thing to videotaping. So he'll like videotape you while you're standing there, and he'll probably deny that he does this on purpose, but I've had it happen like 5 times to me, so it's on purpose. So me and my date are standing there, and my dad decides to start videotaping us rather than taking the picture. For like an awkward 10 seconds until finally I go, Dad, please just take the picture. And of course my date thought this was hilarious, but that joke never fails to get under my skin just a little bit. So in all these examples, I was maybe a little bit annoyed with my dad. But when I was thinking about this, I think it's kind of a dad's job to be annoying at times. I'm sure all of you have had instances where your father's got under your skin a little bit, and I would hope so at least. For me, I think in all these instances, my dad was kind of just trying to show me that I needed to lighten up a little bit. And I think he was doing his job in being annoying. I'm going to digress back to the high five lines because I have another story about my dad. I think this was after the Bellevue West game. We were going through the high five lines, and kind of how these go is it goes like seniors, juniors, sophomores, and like freshmen. Just how like people are standing. So I'm saying hi to all my friends in my class and the senior class. Then I go to juniors, and then I go to the sophomores. And then as I'm getting to the freshmen, there's this freshman at the end of the line that's just way too big. He's a huge, huge freshman. And it turns out that this freshman actually has kids and is above the age of 18. And as I get to the end of the line, I realize that this freshman is Jeff French. He's my father. And he is hugging every single one of my teammates as if he's their best friend, and is the only parent in the line. So of course, when I get to the end of the line, I give him a hug, I give him his moment, but I'm a little bit embarrassed, he's the only parent in the line. Actually, I remember Johnny Marcotte sitting next to me in the bus going, "Was that your dad?" at the end of the line. That guy is hilarious. I love that guy. I was like, when I was thinking about this just, it kind of reminded me that your dad's going to be your best friend, whether you're embarrassed by him or not. Growing up, your dad's, for me at least, was the person who taught me how to throw a ball. He's like the parent you can just be a guy around. And he's a friend that's going to have your back no matter what. And now, currently, I see my dad as an example of how to treat your wife, how to work hard, and how to live a life with character. Both me and my dad have loved our experiences at Creighton Prep. My dad is now a part of the notorious Loud Dads at Creighton Prep. If you were here, you can make yourselves known, I'm sure. There you guys are. They even had hats made. I've heard at times that they were actually more entertaining than the actual football games going on. For me, Prep's been extremely special. Every day when I walk into school, I see 10 to 15 father figures walking hallways every day. These people could be football coaches, Coach Yost, Coach Nizzi, Coach Newcomb, Coach Fife. During the football season, those were people that I emulated every single day. And those are people who I still continue to look up to. For school, I have many, many teachers that I cannot even say enough about. Mr. Swanson, Mr. Murray, who I remember my freshman year, actually told me, he's like, "If you get in trouble outside of school, I'm going to be the first person that you talk to." So I remember that very clearly. He was, from that moment on, he was kind of a father figure for me. I'm in a CLC, which is basically a group that meets every other week. I'm sure a couple of the kids who are in my group are here. And the leaders of that group are Brad Burks and Paul Lawler. And they're kind of elders that we can confide in and are major father figures for all of us. I think everyone in this room who either goes to prep or who went to prep should consider themselves lucky that they have all these father figures and great people that surround them every single day. So if we could give a round of applause for everyone who works at prep. A father is someone who steps up for his family and his children when he needs to. He shows you what it means and how to treat a woman. He can be annoying at times, and at times it's his job to be annoying. He's gonna be your friend no matter what, and he's gonna have your back throughout your life. He can be found in your home, in your school, and in any facet of your life. I only hope that one day I can be half as great as any of these men I've mentioned, especially my dad, Jeff French. Thank you.